Hi there, this is Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. This is Tammy's Crafty Life. However, I am going to be rebranding myself into Woodland Stitching Studio, so I don't know if I'll change my channel name or exactly what that will entail. I may have had a slide at the front that was the new logo, but I'm not sure. I want to thank you for visiting here. If you're new, welcome. I hope you like what you'll see and that you'll return. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really do enjoy doing these videos, and I love reading the comments, and I just appreciate everyone who views my videos. I want to start out, speaking of appreciation, start out by thanking my friend Diane, who is Be a Blessing Stitcher here on Flosstube. She gave me a very nice shout out a few videos ago. I will link to that video, and if you don't watch Diane, she's very calming and sweet and very fun to watch. I really like watching her videos. I'd like to also give a shout out to my friend Carolyn, who's Zook Stitches. She's had me on her channel as a Flosstube with a friend, which was a lot of fun. And then she's given me a couple of shout outs, which is also very nice. And she recently started using me to help finish her projects, which is very fun as I'm starting a finishing business. And then my last shout out is my friend Tina. She has a channel called You Made That. It is not a Flosstube channel, but it showcases people who have craft businesses or small businesses, or just if they do a particular kind of craft. And it's a lot of fun to watch. So I will link Tina below also. Today is going to be mostly about cross stitch. I do have some needlepoint, and I'll save that to the end in case you're not interested in needlepoint. I've recently gotten back into it, and I love doing it. I have a bunch of fully finished objects today, and one finish, and then some other things to share with you. So I will get started with my fully finished objects, and I forgot to take this one out of its paper. So this one I did not finish myself, but you'll recognize the picture. This was finished by Acorns and Threads in Portland, Oregon. This is Pattern Cats, and I had them finish it for me because I wanted it framed. So we did a purple frame, and I love this. I have to figure out where to put it. It's so much fun. So that was the first fully finished object. As I said, I did not do that one myself. The next one I'm going to show you, this pattern was designed by Tina, who's in our Stitchy Pals group, and she designed this for the 1-year anniversary of our group. And this is a little cupcake, and if you look at the little motifs in there, there's a needle, there's scissors, there's a heart, and it was a lot of fun to stitch. Christina, who's also in our group, dyed the fabric for us, and then I finished this on a paddle that's from Chantel's 141 Design Company. I don't know if it's current. I can't tell you that. I painted it purple and used Rick Rack around the edges. So that's my first one that I finished myself. The second one was stitched by my niece. She asked me to teach her to cross stitch, and this was the picture that she brought. It was in a tiny little kit. It's called, it might be called Moki or something like that. And then I told her I would finish it for her. So this is a paddle from Hobby Lobby. It says made with love, and I sanded off the words. It's in the home decor section, and I'm loving this finish. So I need to get this to my niece. Hopefully she will love it as well. The next thing I finished was December last year. I took a heart hanger class, and I just a month ago actually finished the stitching on it, and last weekend I fully finished it. So this is the heart hanger tree. I did crackle paint on the back, and then added this bow and this is a brad, and I cut off the back. So this is my heart hanger tree. This was a lot of fun. And this also is on something from Hobby Lobby. It said something, and I painted over it. I just needed something the right size square. The next thing is I don't know where the pattern is. This is called the Happy Fall Acorn, and this is by Robin Pickens. This is finished on an easel, so I guess you would call this an easel. This came from Hobby Lobby. It had an oval on it that said something about coffee. I took off that oval and then I put this on it. I finished it with this cording that I got from Hobby Lobby, and then this little wooden leaf. I don't remember where I got these. I have a whole package of them. So this was a lot of fun to stitch. And then you really could have two. I've just put paper on the back of this. You could have two designs on here, and you know, for different seasons. So maybe I'll do that at some point. That's the Happy Fall Acorn by Robin Pickens. The next thing I did, this one I finished like a year ago. This is called Red, White, and Bloom by Cherry Hill Stitchery, and I didn't know how I wanted to fully finish it. So here is my fully finished item. This is another board by Chantel's 141 Design Company, and I painted it first with what's it called? Stone paint, and then you put a color over it and lightly sand it, and you get this texture. And then I just spray painted it a red. I don't know where I got it from. Then I put ribbon here. This is a button. So this was Cherry Hill Stitchery, Red, White, and Bloom. And the next one, this was a stitch along. The pattern was exclusive to Great Lakes Needle Art, I think is what it's called. And so I bought the kit from them and I stitched this. This is Pass the Pie by Sweetwing Studio. This was a lot of fun to stitch. It's stitched on French Country Mocha. 32 count, I believe. This is a paddle cutting board from Hobby Lobby. It was a set of 3 that I bought last year on clearance. And then this is my favorite lace I put there. This was a lot of fun to stitch, and I love it. And let's see, any places to put things. Is this the last one? I think so. My last fully finished object is also by Sweetwing Studio. It's called Forever in Peace. I finished this, I think, in February, and I couldn't figure out how I wanted to fully finish it, and it just came to me this last weekend what I wanted to do. So this is it. This is an unfinished wooden frame board that I think came from Joann's. I put fabric on there, painted this red, put fabric on here, and then mounted this just on chipboard. So that's Forever in Peace. I did a color conversion when I stitched it, but I don't remember what it was. It's just, I have my patriotic bag, and I have all the same reds, whites, and blues in there, and that's where this came from. This one also had tan that I had to add. But this was a lot of fun to stitch. I really enjoyed it because each pattern, each stripe is a different pattern, and they were a lot of fun to stitch. So that's Forever in Peace by Sweetwing Studio. Is that all of my... The last thing that I will call a fully finish is I made this cute little pouch. This is a Trixie pouch by Minky Kim. You've seen this fabric. I love this fabric, and I've made a project bag and a duffel bag, and now I made this with it. So this was a lot of fun to stitch. Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch had one she had done, and it just looked really cute, so I decided I wanted to make one of those. So that is the Trixie zip pouch. I quilted the fabric and then stitched it up by Minky Kim. Buried my list. So I went, I'm going to insert a photo in here. The last thing, well, there's 2 other things I've fully finished that I can't show you. One is I finished a pillow for Acorns and Threads. It's Plum Street Sampler, and it's one with sloths on it, where there's 3 sloths. And I took it to them, so I don't have it. So I'll insert a picture here. And then the last thing that I finished is, I did another finish for Carolyn Zook. And so I'm not going to show that to you until she sees it. So I won't show that in this video. So that's what I've done for my fully finished items. I did that last weekend. I have 3-day weekends, and I spent 2 whole days, 2.5 days working on finishing those items, and it was a lot of fun. And then I have one finish. That is Enchanting Winter by Shannon Christine. I have recently realized that she must be my favorite designer because I've stitched more of her projects than any other designer. I love the ombre. She does that a lot, and she does really cool coloring without a bunch of confetti. So this is on 14 count Navy Ada, and here is my finish. And this was a lot of fun to finish. This, I don't really like stitching white, but this pattern down here was fun. And then doing the snowflakes. I loved stitching these trees. And then the trees have beads, which I don't know if you can tell that those are beads, this design. So I just recently finished that. And I have not figured out how I want to fully finish it. I'll have to think about it for a while. Let's see, what's next? What's next? I took a class at Acorns and Threads. It was a 2-day class, and it was Erica Michaels and Michelle Ink Designs. I had never heard of Michelle Ink. We all know Erica Michaels. She does all the strawberries and some other fun things. And this was our pattern that we got. It was exclusive for us at that time. Comes with this thread keep, this strawberry, and this is called a housewife. And I don't have the picture of the other side. The other side has a poem stitched on it. So the first day I finished this, and then I started this, but we also did, Michelle Ink does, she works with silver clay and makes really fun stuff. So let me show you, let's see, yeah, I'll show you what I did. This is going to be kind of hard to see, maybe. Where'd you go? Okay, so I did this, I made this. It is a needle minder made with silver clay. And then I also made these 2 little charms. They're going to be harder to show. One is a leaf similar, and then the other one is a little acorn. That's the leaf. So it's a little charm that I will make like a zipper pull or something with. And this one is a little acorn. So those were a lot of fun. And then she also had items that we could purchase there. So of course I had to do that. And I purchased this is a thread keep, and that's an acorn. It's a little bit different than the one that I did. And this, it's going to be hard to show. This is a pumpkin needle minder that she made. And this is a topper that I'm going to put on a strawberry. I don't know what strawberry yet. Maybe the one that's on my kit from Erica Michaels for that weekend. So those were a lot of fun. Making them was really fun. Meeting Michelle, she was a hoot. We had a lot of fun. And also Erica Michaels. Her name is Linda. Meeting her in person was a lot of fun. Here is the thread keep. It's on perforated paper that we stitched, that Linda designed. And these are the colors for the 3 projects. They were fun colors. And then I just have a tiny little start on the housewife, and that is this. The fabric is, I think it's 37 count. I don't have my pattern. It's 37 count something. Not sure what. Let's see. Yeah, so that's that and that. The other whips that I have are, I showed you on my last video that I was working on this stitcher from Luminous Fiber Arts that it's my first time stitching on 56 count. and I think I first showed it to you with a navy blue, and then I ordered some thread from a shop in California, and it's a Veriswa, I think that's right, Surfine, and so it's purple. Has to be purple. So I started it over, and that's how far I am. The bird and the T, and then this is going to be a C right here. And it's not that difficult to stitch on. I'm using readers that are a number 5. That's what I have to do to see that. And I'm stitching it with a size 28 needle. And Janine at Acorns and Threads showed me a different kind of a needle threader to get that actually allows me to thread the needles. Another thing I have for a whip, I don't have a picture to show you. This is a mystery stitch along by Satsuma Street, and it's called Winter Woods. And this is it. I dyed this fabric myself. I wish it was a little darker. The fabric is beautiful, but my picture would show better if it was a little darker, and it does show better in person. This was week 1, and this one's week 2. There's a fox on here that I'm loving stitching. We already have week 3, and next week we get the final. There's going to be 4, and she gave different layout options. You could do 4 in a cube, or you could do it long or tall, and I decided to do it tall, so that's why mine is going to look like this. Isn't that fabric pretty? Pretty, pretty. So that's by Satsuma Street. And I have another whip that I'm working on that I can't show. We're doing our stitching group is doing a potluck for Christmas next month, and we're doing a smalls exchange. So I'm working on that, and when I have it finished, I'll take a picture of it. So, or maybe I'll do a piece of a video so I can show it on my next video. I had said on my last video I was going to participate in the magazine monthly challenge that Carolyn Zook and Robin Hall have going. I started out great guns. I lasted for 2 weeks, and then I went off and did all these other things that I didn't have on it. So I would call that a failure. I've said many times I want to stitch what's calling to me. It's a want to stitch what I want when I want. So if I give myself a schedule, it never works. I never can stick to it. And same with WhipGo. I've tried that, and I need to be the one, even though I'm the one that made the board and I made the list for the magazine monthly challenge, I need to be the one to decide every single day what I'm going to stitch, and any kind of a schedule doesn't work for me. Let's see. I did mention on my last video that the group that we meet and stitch together weekly in person, a couple of us are doing our own Advent thing. So I chose 12 things that I either had kitted or were kits that I already owned. I didn't have to buy anything. Oh, I had to buy one skein of floss that I didn't have for one of them. And my friend Elise, thank you Elise, wrapped them all for me. And where's the... Here they are, all 12 of them. So she wrapped them all in the same paper. I put them all in the same project bags. I didn't make a list. I can't even remember what they are. I do remember what 2 of them are, but the rest I can't remember, so it'll be fun. We're going to do every other day starting on December 1st, and it'll just be fun. I'll have 12 new starts in December, and we'll see what happens from there. Sorry, I knocked some thread on the floor. Let's see. I'll show you some new purchases I have. I like the term Delightful Deliveries that Jane and Julie from Running with Scissors use. Oh, I forgot to show you one thing. The Erica Michaels class, Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery was there taking the class. She's local to us. And so on the second day, when we got there, we had this amazing box at our table, and her husband makes these. This was made from an ash tree he made that they had to remove from their property, so he made them all. He has his own mill. He milled the wood and made them all from this one tree for all the people who were there. And he uses a laser cutter. So this was really cool. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this yet, but I absolutely love it. So that was from Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery. So, my delightful deliveries. I have been purchasing the Make Your Mark kits. I think I've missed one, but Chantel's 141 Design Company has been doing these, what she calls Make Your Mark, and she's redesigning small samplers and selling a kit that have the floss and a board and then something else. So this is the one I just got. It's the Rose W. Dawson 1924. It includes flower threads, which I've never stitched with, and you can kind of see the sampler there. I like the colors. Upside down, sorry. I liked the colors, so that's why I chose this one. And then she includes the paint and this little apple. I'm not sure what the apple's for. And then this is the board that it goes on. And she has a video that shows how to paint the board the same way she did. And then they arrive in this fun box. So that was the first thing. The second thing is, at some retreat that Kathy Hands On Design was at, she designed this, Enjoy the Stitch, and Chantel designed this box, which is still in plastic, but this is like cigar box style box, and they go together. So I thought that was a lot of fun, and I had to have it. They made it available. As soon as it was available, I purchased the two together as a kit, and I did see this at my local needle workshop, so they are still available. And I was at my local needle workshop just the other day, and I always look at the Mill Hill kits when I'm there because I love them, and I found this one. This is Aly Cat Smokey, and I love cats, and it was just, it caught my eye because of the bright, pretty colors. And the other thing I got there was two patterns, October House Fiber Arts. I got this one, the Itch to Stitch, and Snip Snip. This one I'll do in different colors. But I just thought these are fun. I like both of these. And something else that I got that is not stitching, but it's stitching related, is from Lonon. They have these dies. This will cut out an embroidery hoop and then a center to stitch on it. These cute little stamps kind of go with it because they're stitching related. So that was a lot of fun. And then Lonon quite often includes a gift, a special gift, and this was in there. It's a little stamp that says special delivery. So very much fun. So that is all of my cross stitch stuff. My plans for December is to work on the Advent projects. And I haven't really made definite plans for 2024 yet. I'm thinking, and my friend Diane and some other people are doing a 24 in 24. I don't want 24 new starts because I already have way too many whips. But I'm starting 12 new in December, and I might take 12 whips and try. I did just say that giving myself a schedule doesn't work very well, so we'll see what actually happens with that. Other than that, my plans are to stitch what I want when I want, whatever calls to me, and to add in more heart hanger. I have several patterns. I have a few whips that are heart hanger, several patterns that I want to start, and needlepoint. So that's all the cross stitch part. I'm going to show you my needlepoint, my current needlepoint whip. It's a new start and a whip, and then a little bit of haul. So if you don't want to watch that part, then thank you for watching up until this point. I found a shop, it's called The Wool and the Floss, and she and another shop, so The Wool and the Floss is in, by Detroit, Michigan. I can never remember the name of the town, but it's close to Detroit. And then there's another shop, I've forgotten her name. I'll link both shops below just in case you're interested in needlepoint. They do a podcast. They've been doing it for 3 or 4 years, and they show all different kinds of things. And they recently, well, they didn't recently, I recently watched a podcast they did where they were showing self-finishing for needlepoint. And one of the things they showed was this. It's called Beautiful Garden. And this was in a Sudbury House tray. And it was just stunning. And so I contacted them. They didn't say what the pattern was or anything. I contacted them and asked about it. And I had to send them a snip of the video. And then they told me the designer name. And her name is Laura Perrin Designs. And this is from her Secret Garden collection. And when I went to her website, she has some really, really beautiful. It's the only one I bought this time. But she has some really, really beautiful patterns. And this is what I would call a counted needlepoint, meaning I'm starting with a blank canvas. A lot of needlepointing is done on painted canvas. So I've started this, and this is how far I am so far. I'm working on the frames. And I cannot wait to get started on the middle, but it suggests the frames first. So I'm following her instructions. And I'm anxious to go back and get more of her stuff. And then I have a local needlepoint shop. It is Northwest Needlepoint, and it's in Lake Oswego, Oregon. It's on the way to Acorns and Threads, so I can do both in one day. And I bought some painted canvases. I was looking for something patriotic, and this one is patriotic in color only. It's a cute little flower that I can stitch in red, white, and blue. And Corey, the owner there, is very nice, and he will, the canvas, when you cut the canvas, you have these raw, jagged edges, and he puts the tape on the edges for you. Excuse me, and then stitching it I do on on stretcher bars. And then I found this beautiful winter owl. I think that is so pretty. I love owls, and this one, I think he had it done in the shop, and I saw it and just had to have it because it's so pretty. And I was looking through his Halloween stuff. I love cats, and this one looked like fun. This is will only take a few colors, and I'll do some kind of a pattern for both the cat and the background. Not sure when I'll start any of these. And then this one, after you stitch it, I think you stitch 3 of these and you put it together. I won't stitch 3. I'll make the rest with fabric, but they're put together. So this is the bottom, and you put them together into like a triangle ornament. They were really cute. Or I could finish it as a flat ornament. I haven't decided yet. So that was my haul from the needlepoint shop, and then he had these project bags. This is a pretty big one. I was looking for one that would hold my 12 by 12 stretcher bars, and I think it might. So that's all I have to show today. Can't think of anything else. As I said, I'm starting a finishing business, so you have any interest in helping me to fully finish your cross stitch or needlepoint, please let me know. My email address will be below. And if there's anything you would like me to show you how to do on video, please let me know that also. I did have a request. Can't remember what it was. I do like a finish with me video. I don't call it a tutorial, but yeah, I don't remember what it was somebody asked for. But at some point I will show like how I do things like this, because I love to finish on wood. This is my favorite way to finish, is on wood pieces. I can make pillows and strawberries and all the soft finishes. I really love finishing on wood. But so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. and I'll see you on my next video. Have a wonderful day.